Okay, hello, hello. Little Cyclops to paint. Try to keep the focus on it for you. Let's I got some stuff to set up real quick. Give me one moment. Um, so many buttons. So many buttons. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Which camera? This camera. Configure. Pop out. This and that. Uh, um, let's do that. This. Okay, there you go. Hello, hello. And a few more setup things, and then we can try to paint again. Oh boy. What was I doing? Oh yeah, forgot how to do everything. This, this, that, done. What is this again? Ah, that's fine. Save buttons. This button. This, that. Um, ah, screw it. Okay, how's everyone doing today? I am tired. I am extremely tired today. Gonna try to make sure this stays focused. Hopefully we can keep it focused. It is rather small. Okay, well, hopefully that works. Okay, boys. Oh, what colors are Cyclops? Blue and yellow. Let's get the little box out for reference here. Let's get the box out for reference. Let's take a peek here. What we got? Nerd. Yep. I got a little bit of Cyclops. He shouldn't be too hard to paint, hopefully. Shouldn't be too hard to paint. Let's just. Oh gosh, it's been a little while. I think we're rusty. We'll save the good brush. What do we got here? Let's take a look. Alright, that tip's pretty good. Good enough. Base coating. Oh, I know. I need to play some Pokemon still, huh? I need to play some Pokemon still. Is it blurry? Let me know if it's blurry, RJ. I worked pretty hard to try to focus in on this little guy. Looks fine to you? Okay, if you say so. Yeah, do one thing here. What is autofocus? See, I want it like that quality. I can't have the camera that close, because then I can't see it. Doesn't always want to focus. But let's get to it here. We're gonna need some blue and yellow. Oh, of course I hit everything. Okay, let's shake them. We got our ants shirt on today. Do you want ants? This is how you get ants. Shake your paints good. All right. So I think I'm gonna go with Citadel yellow and the Vallejo yellow. Archer, yeah, it's Archer. And then we're gonna go with the Citadel blue and then the Vallejo blue. The Vallejos I have are just a little lighter. And then we got a little white. We'll need some white. And we're gonna need a little bit of floral red. A little floral red. And we might need a little red for his little belt bits. Oh, what other colors? We might need a little black. Yeah, with black. Okay. Paints. He wants to know. And we go like that. That's going to be the paints probably that I use today. Yep. And we'll worry about the base a little later. But let's get some colors on our palette here. So let's crack them all open and prep. We'll show you a little bit of scooping prep here. We are gonna use yeah, that's fine. We can just use the end of that. It's like I'm watching Bob Ross. Now you just need to post the colors use across the screen so we can paint along with you. Well, if I knew how to pronounce English properly, I'd pronounce half of these colors. But English hard, so I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. Just a little bit of red. English hard indeed, yes. English is not my strong suit. That is for sure. A little bit of this blue. Quite a bit of blue for his base coat. Okay, we're not going to worry about the black yet. Or the floral red. Black. We don't need the white yet. We don't need the other colors. Oh, we do need brown for his hair, but we're going to actually use a contrast blush. I'll show you later how to do that. Okay, let's start base coating this little guy. Oh gosh, it's been a little while. It has been a little while since I painted. Do we want to use the holder today? How about no? So, his legs, chest, and arms are all blue. So, let's go ahead and start with the head area. And we are thin that blue a little bit. You know, let's use a little sharper brush. This guy is pretty small. We gotta pull out a nicer brush here. This one's kind of bonky. Let's find a good tip to brush. That one looks a little sharper. Let's try this one out. Yeah, this one looks a little better, I think. Yeah, a little sharper here. Try staying the lines a little bit today. Boy, he is tiny, huh? Just a little itty bitty guy. Try to stay in the lines. It's been a while since I painted minis. Look at how small they are. Also, that last one I did was pretty big. See? Already getting out of the lines. That's good. See, we're making a mess already. Color are his hands yellow. So, let's clean our brush. Try to wipe this blue off his hand here. I got a little water on there. Go to soak up some of that steak there. Okay, there. Got his hand back to clean. Get warmed back up painting this guy. You stop painting these minis for a little bit, your eyeballs gotta readjust. It's got these shoulder pads. How do we make those? Let's go for blue. Where'd that box go? Let's see how the box art looks. Yeah, we just make them blue. Let's just make them blue. Feel extremely rusty right now. Hopefully it's not too blurry for you guys. It's very hard to get the camera to zoom in. Hopefully we can knock them out pretty quick. So after playing that scary game last night, I did some reading on the game, and I was missing a little bit of the mechanic with those emblem symbols you had to find. And I guess there's a scare difficulty. I pooped my pants. Yeah, I did. Guess there's a scare difficulty increase you can do, which amplifies everything times 10. That's why I swore when I watched somebody it seemed scarier or more shit popping off. So we could always go back and do a scarier version. And now that I've seen how those symbols work, light that little fire fuse and find the 4 emblems to find the name of the demon, which I didn't really know, kind of went in blind. Boy, I was sweating my pants off though. Holy cow. It's scarier playing it than watching it. That's for sure. Scarier playing it than watching it. Space. Let's wash this brush. But Chad, how's them paintings been going? I feel ungodly rusty. So if I don't do it every day, I fall off a little bit. Hone back in here. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, this Cyclops, he is tiny. Definitely smaller than a space marine. Yeah, I did take a little break myself. You can definitely get burned out by it. And that's why Jimmy gifted me a bunch of his Warhammer. Plus he wanted to give me stuff back since I painted a bunch of stuff for him and drawn pictures and crap for him. That just means I got a ton to paint. That dude gave me a ton of stuff. Give me enough to paint almost a whole army. An entire spearhead. Yeah, is that like that giant box Jimmy got me? The combat patrol? Yeah. Let me try what autofocus does. If it works any better here. I know I need to be like that close. I might be able to. Maybe. Autofocus always struggles though. It's focusing the background and not the mini. Well, for now, let's see, I've not made it even worse. That's that. That's just so small. There's the thumb. You mean the first ascent last night too? Yeah, me and Red played it when it first came out. We went ham on it. And we dropped it because there's nothing left to do besides fight the last boss and farm garbage. I re-downloaded it like a month ago, but Neo was out, so I played Neo. And, it's fun. I don't know if I'll go back to it though. I don't know if I'll go back to that game. Maybe you can play with Jimmy. It's a pretty grindy game. It's fun though. Its mechanics are good for a third-person shooter. Did I say something funny? Painting his ass crack, you know what I'm saying? Mm, paint that cheek a little bit. Okay, let's try to draw a line between here. I really can't believe I sweat that much last night. Holy shit. Dude, I was sweating bullets. Bro, after I shut everything off, man, I went and changed my shirt and my drawers. When Jimmy plays, yeah. Yeah, when he plays, huh? I think he said the other day he loaded up 7 days, but I'm good on that. So these little stripes on his boots. Let's look at the boxers. Yeah, no, we're just gonna paint all that crap yellow. Anything else blue on him? It's under thigh here. Clean the brush. Um, okay, that's kind of spotchy. We still need maybe a quick second coat. Clear. Too long on this guy. Let's try to hone back in on some of these little skills here. Okay, let's keep Can I stay long? It's an absolutely beautiful day. Bike ride's calling you. Well, enjoy. Temperature feels decent here, but it's kind of dreary. Temperature feels good though. Okay, blue base coat. Good enough. Let's get right into that yellow. Clean the brush good. Straight into the yellow. Thin it just slightly. Oh boy, that's tiny. That is little. Oh, don't go out of the lines. It's okay. A little bit there. Those gloves get painted too. Set the paint a little bit. Get down and move some. Definitely gonna need a second coat on this crap. That stinks. Yellow's always a pain. Yellow on black is always a pain. I was smart, I would have just airbrushed the yellow, then painted the blue. That's okay. We don't have to be perfect on this guy. We're just here to warm back up. Little Bob Ross voice. Paint a little shoulder rest here. Little shoulder strap. Oh, don't make a mistake. If you do, sure it's happy. Right. Okay. Belt, yellow also. Gonna go for a bike ride, huh? I didn't realize Cyclops had a dump truck, huh? I'm just trying to get a base coat on here. Let's clean the brush. It's getting all the way without me. Let's make sure our paint stays thin here too. Yeah, yellow is always a pain in the ass. Yellow is always spotchy and funky. So you do two base coats and then you grab a brighter yellow, put it over top the darker yellow, and it should look fine. Maybe do a wash before the bright yellow. It's just when you prime these things in black, yellow don't wanna, the coverage is poor. Yellow's always goofy over black. Yeah, spotchy, goofy yellow. That's what happens during base coats. It's normal. It's normal. Let's get that first coat on. I've been priming with white quite a bit, but my models are also mostly white. Yeah. Well, if your model's mostly white, then definitely prime with white. 100%. I've had these ones put together and primed for a couple months now, so. What? If I was smart, I would have just airbrushed the yellow, then paint the blue. Then you won't have this spotchy brushing time. So let's say you primed them white and you didn't want to brush this yellow. Try to just tape it off and airbrush the yellow. Airbrushing yellow is way nicer of a time. Should use the airbrush more often, but for some odd reason I'm always too lazy to just turn the thing on and start spraying. Mostly because the cleaning process is annoying. This, this. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that's a lot of different primers. I think all I got is black and like an off white, almost gray primer. Which an off white primer can be good too. Kind of gives you the shadows for the whites off the rib. Yeah, you can prime it in any color. The only reason those guys always say prime it black is because any recess or anything that you don't paint, black kind of hides because the things are so damn small. But you get them in room lighting and you can't tell, but plus I primed these ones with a different primer this time. So I ran out of my other primer, and I don't like this primer as much. So I had to go buy some of the primer I was using. Like this primer's doesn't have a sheen, but it kind of has like a smoother finish. My other primer kind of had like a small amount of texture to it, which helped the paint bite into it, which helped with helps with coverage. So having this smooth primer is actually not ideal for a brush. It makes it more kind of like sanding a car before you paint or sanding something before you paint. You want that little bit of bite. So having the smooth primer kind of don't have the bite. Yeah, I primed these with the Army Painter's primer, and I mean it's smooth, nice primer, but I like the other one. But the other one left like a residue on my fingers, but it had that little bit of texture bite, which I like more. So I'll have to go buy some more of that. That was actually just a cheaper primer, but I liked it a hell of a lot more. I like if you can get away with just coating something once and then going straight to highlights. This smooth primer is, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. So if you thin your paints out and you're painting on thin or smooth primer, it just don't have to bite. It glazes right off. Okay, base coat yellow. Base coat yellow. Let's do a little more base coating over that. Let's not go too crazy because we're gonna highlight still. Fibering it up a little bit here. It's hard for y'all to see. Once I get this next coat, I'll do a camera adjustment to show you. And then after this step, I'm going to do a little wash over the whole thing. And then go in with my highlight colors. So pick up all these little recesses with a wash. And then all the high spots, just slightly touch with that highlight. So good base coat, a wash, highlight, and call it done. No need to get too crazy on this guy. Top of that visor just slightly. Plus that wash will darken it up again. It'll help blend everything in. Just doing a quick second coat. That was my phone. Somebody's trying to bug me. Let's take bets on who it is. Let's see. Is it Jimmy? Nope. It's not Jimmy. A little bit of Dustin. So I did look up, Dustin helped me look up a computer to get an upgrade. Sorry, I'm off screen there. We looked at computers yesterday. That's why I was late to the stream. I picked out one in my budget and be everything a little boy could ask for. Let's clean the brush. So, might get a new computer. I was going to before or after Christmas and didn't. And then prices went all crazy. But Meta PCs has some nice pre-builds with Dustin approved parts. And I'll take his word. He can be my computer guy. And I should be able to play any game on my computer and not have to freaking worry. That would be nice. That would be nice. Computers are always a pain in the ass to me. But I can get one, plug it right in, download all my crap, edit stuff a little easier maybe. I have to get a new PC myself, can't play games on work computer anymore. Ah, yeah. It's because they're watching you. Oh, sounds like I'm Mr. Popular today, huh? Let's take a peek. It's just Dustin telling me about his Neo adventures. He's trying to gear up in New Game Plus, which I still need to get into, but definitely I'm a little Neo burned out, and I didn't feel like streaming Neo. Not for any particular reason, just that's a game for me. And it would have just been boring just watching me clear the map out of stuff. Okay, let's get these boots coded again. Speed on these boots a little bit here. I love Dustin, but he always hits me up at the wrong times. Okay, we're almost done with this yellow. New company owners don't allow it, which sucks when we're on the road. When asked about downtime on the road, they replied with, unless you're sleeping, you shouldn't have any downtime. Wow. You tell him to go suck a dick. You tell him I'm not a fucking slave. That's what I would say. Not a fucking slave. Don't treat me like one. Yeah, you don't work 16 hours a day. New management better watch their ass, you know, or they won't have any workers. Gotta treat your workers right, make them happy, not treat them like freaking crap. Workers ain't happy and they all walk out the door at the same time. You'll be shitting your pants. Problem is, you can't get freaking majority of workers to do anything like that. So everybody's a pussy. Okay, let's adjust the camera. Do that. Base coat. Base coat. All right, let's base coat some hair. Hair face and some red for the X-Men X's. But I'm gonna go wash my two little water cups real quick. I need to mute this. Got a sink literally right here. What's that? Chad does stupid moderation. Did I miss something? Let me see. I mean, I can adjust it. Let me see if you said something weird. I told him to fire me. Then I'd have a new job by the end of the week. There you go. Yeah, I can turn that crap off, and then you can say whatever you want. You just got to remember where the option is. Yeah, sorry, I missed that. Yeah, paint acts like it's thinned down too much with smooth primers. Yep. Okay. Only half of what I say goes through. LOL. Yeah, I gotta find that in the options and change the parental control. Because half of well, I mean, literally everything you guys say, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what you're saying. Whatever option's set right now is default. And I did see the option to change that. So I could change that. Then you can say whatever you want. Spicy like. Yeah, I don't know. That happened last night too. I forget. Someone said a couple things that. Oh, it was the name of that. It was the name of that. That orc. Like. What the heck was his name? Had Nag in it. YouTube blocked that. So they thought it was something. Is it blurry again? That's as crisp as I can get it. Let's see if I can. See if we can get it honed in a little close. All right, let's go in manual focus. Higher, lower. Oh, 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 oh. There you go. Paint dry on the brush. Awesome. Let's thin this red a little bit. It's been sitting. See if we can help this. Just barely grazed it. Haven't got my line between the line. That's okay. I did too much. It's okay. You do the wash, it'll go in between all that little stuff. Maybe I can focus in here. All right, I'll see you later, buddy. Right up there. Lower my chair. Can you get this focused again? A little have it about right here. The camera really just wants to focus in on the back. Pause, man. Ah, stupid. I can get it just a little closer. What's that? Sorry, I'm trying here. That's really hard to try to get focused. Now y'all can really see what's going on here. What you see is bigger than what I see with my own eyes right now, so y'all might have to bear with me. But you can see at least. It's back. Just try to barely graze it with your brush. Don't work, it's okay. So we gotta put a little wash on it. Blend it all right back in. Okay, we got a little red there. Let's get some white. Let's get some white here. A little dab of white. And a little dab of this peach. Try to do a skin color and then the hair technique. And see how it turns out here. Okay, let's try to do the skin without botching it. I'm gonna thin it out a good little bit though. Okay, and if you botch it, it's okay. Just trying to make that tip of the brush super pointy. Just tiny. Every time I look away, my eyes have to readjust. Once you're honed in, don't look away. Just a little bit more almost there. It's itty bitty. It's a little curl on my brush, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, we're gonna paint the hair white, then go over it with a contrast. Let's thin this white out a little bit. This is the old cheater trick to hair. So, it's looking good. Yeah, we're getting there. Not bad for a little base coat. Little cheater trick. Do the white, relatively thin white. It's going to be like, his hair ain't white. No, it's not, but trust the process. Do a little white on his hair. Gotta let that dry. Let that dry some. We're super zoomed in too now. I mean, big my brush is. Hear my dog back there? He's going crazy, huh? Okay, let's let that dry. While we're here, let's get the silver out. We can do the base coat silver, base. Speed run this. Be clean at all. It does look partial like a rock. There's a rock in there. Speed this canister. Whatever this is. Don't have to be clean with this section at all. Get some color on there. And let's get the color on there. There you go. And let's just do a quick little light brushing on this. Not to be too neat or anything. Quick little weeping there. It's almost a dry brush, but not quite. Okay, and then this brick, I'm gonna do the same trick as his hair. Let's grab a little bit of white. Just a little bit of white. And just barely hit the tops of it. So we'll do some washes after that. Same with this rock. Let's put a little white on it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It can be messy. Okay. Okay. All right, let's take a look real quick at what we have for waffles. We can use this and this. So we got a little blush contrast and a little earth shade. Possibly a little bit of null oil. So I'm going to take this flush tone. I'm going to take this flush tone, just a little dab on the brush, put it on the palette, and I'm going to thin it with water. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. It's quite thin. And then we're going to touch the hair. Just a little touch on the hair. A little touch on the skin, too. Just a little bit on his hair. Make sure we let that dry good. All right, then let's take, oh, hit the light. Just a little bit on there. Now we take some shade. Let's darken that hair up a little with a wash. Do a couple coats and let this dry. Okay, take that same shade. We can hit these bricks real quick. Let's go right over top of them. I'll let that shit dry a little bit. While we're letting that dry, we're going to take this null oil. Let's take this null oil straight from the can. Let's clean the brush again first. Let's shake it. I'll shake her up a little bit. Okay, got a little dabbling. See how dab is. While that other shit's drying, should be able to just do a wash of everything. So it's gonna be a wash. Just gonna better darken all the little recesses. Mhm. all of the assessments. We'll make everything dark and give it like a sheen, but go back over it with highlights. Should blend in pretty well after that. Should blend in pretty well after that. I don't have to be clean. Just trying to pop some detail out of them for free. Let that bad boy dry some. Always add a little of this rock. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and let them dry. And we can actually, while that's drying, we are going to take a little bit of white ink. Try the brush real good after this. Make sure it's clean. Make sure the tip's pointy. Take a little bit of white ink. Just a little dab here in the palette. You can use all kinds of different whites for this, but I like the inks. And maybe thin the ink out a little bit. So it's pretty thin. Now the careful part. While that oil's drying, try to get into that visor with white. Damn near perfect. Look at that. That's what you want. Let that white ink dry. You always want to do a white before you use any kind of fluorescent. So that's going to help that visor pop a little bit. But we got to let them dry. Could speed the process up a little bit. Let's take your empty airbrush. Let them dry a little bit. Try it like that. And I'll speed things up a little bit. Yeah, turn that back off. Go back to the hair now. And we're gonna shift this shade up again. Alright, go back to this hair now. Take that same earth shade, hit the hair again. I like to do the hair this way just so it layers. The layer kind of make it look a little better. That dry some. Starts to get layered like that. Just a little bit of layering. That dry some. See on the back how it's layered a little better. Dry. Okay, now it does have a sheen. You can spray a varnish over them at this time if you want. I'm not going to though. I am going to go straight into some highlight colors. So that other yellow and blue, grab these two. And we can start doing just a wee bit of highlighting. A little brighter blue, a little brighter yellow. Maybe I start with the yellow. Thin it out just a little bit. Not too thin. Let's kind of add just a little touch, maybe a little thin. I'm just going to try to highlight a little bit for some vibrancy. Just try to give some spots a little more vibrant color, yellow here. Just a little bit brighter yellow. Just to kind of give it some pop. super clean with this. Add a little highlight. Just a little highlight. It'll knock off a little bit of that sheen too. Just kind of barely touching the bottle in the spots. I'm just kind of here for just a little effect. Since it's so little, if you are planning on playing the game, you could do a pretty crummy paint job and it still looks good on the tabletop. So we're not getting too crazy with the detail. When I have all of these X-Men characters painted, I'm actually gonna learn to go play the game. Local local shop here, one of the guys that runs the place said he would teach me how to play, and they run little tournaments. So if I want, I could go do that once these guys are painted. Just gonna put a little vibrancy on it. Absolutely no need to go crazy on it. Bird gotta get something to eat. Okay. I'll be here doing a little highlighting. Just a little highlighting. Little highlighting. Alright, let's clean the brush. Okay. Alright, let's get back in there. So, if you wanted, you could go in there and be all crazy highlighting, but I'm not quite in the mood to super detail him out today. So I'll just call him tabletop ready. And get him tabletop ready. Now, I think I will do just a little bit of a even brighter highlight. Just a tiny, just a little tops sugar here. Just a little. Just give just that little extra bit. Spots. Nothing crazy. Maybe a little on his top of his foot. Just a little bit here. So a little extra bit. This right here. Let's see if we can show it. Just a little extra highlight like that. Just a tiny bit on the visor. A little bit on the tops there. Then down on the noddle. Top of that foot. Check his backside here. Maybe just hit a little bit of this. Get just that little bit of a high. I think that's good enough for the yellow. A little bit of highlight. A little bit. Alright, let's do the blue now. And do the same with the blue here. Same with the blue. See how bright this blue is. And a little too bright. Let's mix a little of the dark blue and the bright blue together. I don't want to get too bright on the blue. Down a little. It's probably about 50-50 on the bright and dark blue. And let's go back in and see. A little bit of brightness. Just hitting the spots that would highlight some. Back plate would highlight a little. I'm just kind of touching spots that might highlight a little. Although some. A little on each one of these. It's thin this kind of drying up on me a little. A little bit. Okay. And his pecs. Striation on the pecs, maybe. Very hard to see in this camera, but it's here. This paint's being kind of weird on me. And we put a little highlight here, maybe. On the top of the leg. Right on this back side of the leg here. Just a little bit. Not bad. Yeah, a little bit. Don't look like I'm doing much, but person, it's pretty solid. Now let's add just a little bit of white. It's a small amount of white. Thin it down a little bit. Now we can go in. And less of a little highlight. Just a little bit now. Just barely touching a few spots. Just barely. Back here at the pecs a little. Traps, I mean. Just a little. Spots. Get crazy with it, but little bit. You can do this step as many times as you want and layer little highlights, keep them brighter. You ever feel like you messed up, just can do a wash right back over it. Okay, nice little highlights. You can kind of see on the shoulder some. Nothing crazy. Yeah, we can actually. Let's go back into the yellow some. Go back into that yellow a little bit here. Natural lighting, it's a little dark on the yellow. So let's maybe hit just a few spots. Few spots a little brighter. Just a little brighter on the yellow. Just a little brighter. Cut off the spots. Top here. Fill up some. A little bit on the top of this leg. I think we're looking a little better. Just a little bit on. Just a little bit. Okay. Hard to see in camera, but so the light. Do this a little better. I think that's good enough. That's good enough for now. Okay, let's go ahead and hmm, Let's do another little wash here. Maybe I want a little, maybe I want those bricks to be just a little red. A little red contrasts, a little shade. Mix the two and thin it. And maybe we can get this a little more brick red colored. Why that's blurry. Give me one moment. Yep. Maybe we add it back. Try to sell that brick color. Try to sell that brick color a little bit better. That's not bad. That's better. That's a little more brick-like. And I think we're gonna do the grab a little bit of this other shade, and I think we're gonna dirty up the base just a little bit. Let's make sure this is washed. Maybe just dirty this up just a little bit. It's a little dirty now. It's a little too silver for me. Let's add a little contrast. Hard to see on camera, but in person you can see it. Maybe you can see it. Maybe not. Okay, and then let's take let's take a little more ink, white ink. With that, a little bit of white ink, tiny amount, and let's try to whiten that up a little. It's just like that. And we can add a little brighter spots here. Just add some texture, maybe the rock. I don't want to do too much with the base. How long we been here? 2 hours? Time is it? Okay. Yeah, we're almost done. Almost done. Let's put some paints away. That's not a lot. That's some pink. We're not doing super duper details today. Doing it simple. All right, let's make sure he's dry. Oh, let's grab fresh. Yeah, we do. I want to add just a little more. Just a little bit. That's good enough. Okay, wash the paintbrush. Hello, welcome back. Get this little bit of floral going here. It looks pink, but it's red. Looks pink, but it's red. We're gonna add just a little bit into that visor area. Just a little, just a little bit. A little bit in that visor. Make some adjustments back. Down a little. Okay. Don't want to zoom in, hone in on it. All right, let's get back down here and try to manually get it back. Let's move this light. Um, Very hard to zoom in on this little guy. Get through though. One moment. Buttons. Which button? Which camera is it? This one. One moment here. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, focus. Yeah, yeah, we did very, very, very basic highlights on them. Nothing too crazy. I didn't super detail him out or nothing. I didn't super detail the base or anything. Just did a brick and a basic silver. Little fluorescent on the visor. Person, let's see. Person, not too shabby. Visor looks good. Okay. And maybe we make just a little bit on the edge of the visor. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I think that's gonna be good enough for me. I could super details, arms, muscles, and all the bullcrap out, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to, Autumn. I think that's good enough for me. It's your basic little guy. It's your basic little guy. Trying to get the light in here, you can see better. Go right about there. Is consent to see. Yeah, nothing crazy. Very minimal. He is little. He's only maybe an inch tall, so let's grab Wolverine and take a look at Wolverine. I think I did Wolverine a little nicer of a job. But yeah, I might have did Wolverine a little better on the shading. A little better on the shading, but I did him for a video, so kind of did the highlights a little better on him. But I think for what it is, I think he'll look good enough next to Wolverine. What do you think? Definitely have highlighted him better, but it's a good warm up. Can you tell the slight difference in quality? Cyclops versus the Wolverine. Think so as well. The base. Just spent more time. Spent more time on the highlights. He's still got a little sheen on him. I can fight it out. Gotcha right in the jimmies. Gotcha right in the jimmies. Oh yeah, pew pew. Okay. Or you could always take one that was done for a little better video. A little better quality on that guy. There you go. That's good enough for quickie. Pass. Passable. Let's how's this one look super zoomed in? Uh, Oh, that's pretty fun. Zoomed in. Yeah, that's fun. That is fun. Cool. Cyclops done. Calling it. Zoom in. Boop. There you go. All done. Good warm-up paint session. Oh, we'll have to do some dinner and some other nonsense. Maybe I'll play Pokemon tonight. What do you think? Pokemon tonight? I don't know if I want to play scary game again, but I know how the mechanics work now. I'd like to plan. All right, buddy. I'm out of here. I will see you guys next time if I can find the button to click. All right, then Blue Rebel, warming back up painting. See you next time, boys. Peace.